Hi everybody, welcome to my review of Season 1, Episode 7 of Little Women Dallas. If you haven't seen the episode yet, this video will be a spoiler, so you might want to watch this video later. The name of this episode is Man Up. So, in this episode, we resume to where Kaylee gets caught twerking at the club by her father, who tells her to stop. Kaylee says that she can't believe that her dad came to Dallas all the way from New Hampshire, and she had no idea he was in town. So Kaylee's dad pulls her aside to talk, and then Kaylee's friend Chase goes up to her dad and says, "Who are you?" Then Kaylee tells Chase that that's her dad and that he needs to chill. And then Kaylee's dad asks Chase why is he laughing, and then Chase says because he's a grown man. Wow. So he was still all cussing and being rude to Kaylee's father after Kaylee told him that was her dad. And saying are you to people that you don't know is not a nice way to approach people, because you don't know how they're going to react. Then Kaylee's dad tells her that Tiffany said that there's stuff going on with her. Kaylee says that there's nothing going on, and she's just trying to do her job. Her dad asks if what she was just doing, dancing/twerking, is her job. Kaylee said that she just gets tips from dancing. Kaylee's dad says that that is not a job, and he does not approve of that. And Kaylee is better than that. And if he knew that, he wouldn't be paying for her rent, and she'd be home with him. So dad was paying for her rent? Wow. Kaylee said that her dad just doesn't understand that she's just trying to twerk to get some money, and she's just trying to be independent. And sometimes it's hard to find a job as a little person. Then, Kaylee's dad asks who are these people that she's hanging around, and are they pushing her to do twerking? Kaylee says no, and it's just her decision to dance. Kaylee's dad says that he doesn't want her doing that. Kaylee said that she's a grown woman who makes her own decisions. Kaylee's dad says to her, then act like one. In the next scene, Amanda goes on FaceTime with her ex-boyfriend Zach. Amanda and Zach dated 4 years ago in Arizona, and he wasn't ready to settle down and have a serious relationship, so they broke up. Zach asks Amanda how Dallas is and if she's seeing anybody in Dallas. Amanda says that she went on a couple of dates, but no, she's not seeing anybody. Zach says that that's a plus for him, and he says that he's been thinking about Amanda a lot lately, and he would love to come out and see her. Amanda says that she will have to check her schedule. She says that she isn't sure if she's ready, since Zach broke her heart before, and she'll have to see if he's serious. I have a feeling that he wants back in so he can be on TV and get that check from Lifetime. Oh, maybe he does like her too, so we'll see. The next day, Kaylee's father makes her some breakfast and talks to her. He says that Kaylee's twerking is something that he doesn't approve of. He then asks Kaylee about Chase and what does Chase see in her. Kaylee says that they're just friends, and then she asks her dad what would people see in her. Kaylee's dad says that they'll see that she's a little person. Kaylee says that there might be guys out there who might want to date her because they have a little person fetish, and she hopes that Chase likes her for her. Kaylee's dad said that people should see her as a trophy, and he knows how people are. Kaylee says that not all people are the same. Kaylee's dad says that he thinks that her friend is a scumbag. I think so too, because first, at the cosplay party, he was not standing up for Kaylee when Casper was talking mess about her. And second, how he approached Kaylee's dad. And even after he was told that that was her dad, he was still being disrespectful. So, no, he's right. I agree. He is not the guy for her. Kaylee says that her dad thinks that every guy she messes with is a scumbag because she's a little person and he thinks they're gonna use her. Kaylee says that her dad will be happy if she just didn't date anybody so her heart wouldn't get broken. Kaylee's dad said that they already have a hard time being accepted in society as little people, and Kaylee cannot afford to have anyone in her life who will set her in the wrong direction. He says he wants the best for her, and it tore him apart to hear what she was doing. Tiffany and Austin are shown at their place. Tiffany comes home and asks Austin what he did that day. Austin says that he just hung out. Tiffany says that Austin has been living with her for 2 months, but he doesn't have a job. Austin says that it will be difficult to have a job without a source of transportation. Tiffany suggests that he takes her to work so he'll have the car. Austin says that another option would be for Tiffany to take him wherever he needs to go before he gets a job. Then Tiffany asks where does he need to go and how will he get home from there. Austin says that he's just trying to make things easier. Tiffany says what will make things easier is for Austin to get a job. And she also said that she needs Austin to start pulling his weight. Before I move on to the next scene, I just want to say this. He had a good job in Ohio. And he decided to leave so he could be with Tiffany. And I just know another reason why he wanted to come and live with Tiffany is so he could be on the show and get paid. Once again, I'm mentioning this once again. Yes, I know he wants to see her, but wants to be on TV, famous, and get paid. So, if he knew that he was going to be moving out to Dallas, he should have been doing some job searching for jobs in the area, Asta and her sister Elise go over to a restaurant. Asta tells her sister that lately she's just been working on opening the bar with Ty. Then her sister asks her if she and Ty are thinking about having kids. Asta says that currently she and Ty are just trying to get their lives together at the moment, and they wouldn't want to bring a child into the world if their lives aren't together. She tells her sister that she will be going in for genetic testing so she can find out what kind of dwarfism she has. And when she and Ty have kids, she'll want to know what kind of dwarfism she has because she doesn't know what kinds of genetic mutations are involved. Then Elise says that she should go with her. Then Asta said, yeah, you and Ty should come with me to the appointment. Next, Bree, Emily, and Tiffany go to dinner to meet with the rest of the ladies. We find out that Kaylee hasn't spoken to Tiffany ever since her father came to town. Kaylee mentions how her dad had just left town, and she says that she felt that it was wrong for Tiffany to call her father. Tiffany says that she was just worried about her, and that's why she did it. And she knew her father would be the only person to get through to her, and she didn't expect her father to walk in on her dancing. Kaylee says that she accepts Tiffany's apology, and she's just a little mad at her. Kaylee says that her dad gave her $1,000, and she will send it to Tiffany online. Emily asks Kaylee what her dad thinks about Chase. Kaylee says that her dad didn't think highly of him at all, and he thinks that Chase is using her. Emily says that she does not disagree with Kaylee's father, and Kaylee says that maybe her friends and dad are right. Chase is not the guy for her. I'm glad that she realized it. Kaylee says that she cares for Chase, but at the party, he obviously didn't care for her. Then, Asta suggests that all the ladies have a guy-free weekend. Says that there's a safari place that they can go to where they can look at animals and feed them and stuff. And then Kaylee suggests that they should rent an RV. In the next scene, the ladies meet up at the RV rental place so they can get into their RV. Then they all go in, and then Kaylee says that maybe getting the huge RV was a bad idea. Tiffany says that she needed a girls' trip because Austin is getting on her nerves, and if he's still on the couch when she gets back home, she will flip. Then the RV driver shows up, and he drives the ladies to the zoo. So, the ladies make it to the zoo. They have a tour guide, and then they ride on a tram. They're given some animal food, and then they feed ostriches and giraffes. And then while they're on the tram, Amanda is caught texting her ex, Zach. Emily asks why did they break up. Tiffany says that true love does find its way back. Asta says that Amanda never knows who she'll end up meeting in the future if she keeps on focusing on Zach. And then Asta says she wonders what changed between Zach and Amanda. And then the ladies make it to their cabins, which are on the same property as the zoo. Then later on that night, the ladies sit outside and have a drink. Then all of a sudden they hear a noise in the woods. And they look back, and it is Rochelle. Emily says that she cannot believe that Rochelle showed up, and she wasn't invited, and she was not happy about her being there. Amanda says that she invited Rochelle because she thinks it's time for the ladies to make up with her. Rochelle has 2 big bags, and turns out that she brought some food for the ladies. Just like on that episode of Everybody Hates Chris, where the narrator said, everybody thinks they can change the world with a piece of chicken. I don't know if she bought them chicken, but same concept. Everybody starts eating their food and whatnot, and then Bree begins to tell everybody a ghost story. And in the middle of the story, the ladies hear a noise in the woods, and then they all get up and run into their cabins. The next morning at breakfast, the ladies talk about what happened the night before. Asta tells the ladies that she's going to get tested to see what kind of dwarfism she has, and that she's a little nervous about it. The ladies tell her that there's nothing to be scared of. Emily says that it does not define who she is. Some of the ladies say that they think that Asta has hypochondroplasia, like Amanda. Kaylee says that little people learn to live with dwarfism, and she's lucky to be breathing. She said that she would never change being a little person, and it doesn't hold her back from anything, and it makes her push herself harder to get what she wants. And she hopes that Asta gets the answers that she's looking for. So the ladies get back into the RV and they take a ride. And then Emily suggests that they address the elephant in the room, which is Rochelle. Emily says that she wonders why Rochelle keeps on coming around the ladies after filing a police report, and isn't she scared for her life? Emily asks Rochelle if she should have been addressed by the police. Rochelle says that she doesn't know and she hasn't talked to them. Emily says no, and she thought that Rochelle filed a police report against her, and why haven't they contacted her? Rochelle says that Emily will have to ask the police. And Emily says, shouldn't have Rochelle filed a police report against the person that made her face bleed? Rochelle says that Emily put her foot in her face. Emily says that she did not make her face bleed. Emily says that it was Bree who did that. Then they show footage from the fight where Bree is shown with the pizza pan hitting Rochelle, and it was hitting her face. So Bree really did it. Rochelle tells Emily to let the police know that it was Bree who made her face bleed. Emily asks Rochelle why would she bring herself around them if she filed a police report. Then Rochelle says there's a difference between a police report and a restraining order. Then Amanda asks if they can just drop the drama and be adults. Emily says that if Rochelle can agree to drop the police report, then she can move on. Rochelle says that she'll drop the police report, and she also wants to move on with the ladies. I saw that coming, because that's how reality TV works. And I think that there is an equation when it comes to reality TV shows like these. The equation is pot stirrer is brought into the circle, plus fight, plus beef is squashed, equals next season's cast member. So, to simplify that equation is B for Rochelle, plus FX, which is fight, plus negative B equals C for cast member. I'm no mathematician, but I just made that up. Mark my words on this one, everybody. Now let's move on. Then the ladies arrive to the St. Anthony Hotel in San Antonio, Texas. And Bree and Emily are shown sitting by the pool and chatting. Then Emily mentions how back at the zoo, she could have called for food delivery instead of having Rochelle show up with food. Bree says that she thinks that the way Rochelle apologized to Emily was not sincere. Emily says that she's not going to let that faze her, and she doesn't understand why Rochelle filed a police report and then hang around her. Emily says that Rochelle is loud and rude and probably just shows up to start drama. Next scene, the ladies go to this Mexican restaurant in San Antonio. I think it's some kind of river walk or something. It has a river and whatnot. Look it up, guys. Tiffany then gets a FaceTime call from her boyfriend, Austin, who wants to talk about what they discussed at the house the other day. Tiffany says that she's currently busy and they should talk about it when they get home. Then the ladies all sit down and they have some drinks. Bree tells Kaylee that Woodha told her that Casper and Chase are still talking about her. Rochelle chimes in and says that Kaylee is giving Casper and Chase something to talk about, and she needs to figure out what she wants to do with herself, and that she's messing with too many guys in a short time frame, and it's ruining her reputation. Emily tells Kaylee that Chase is not a good guy, and he was disrespectful at the party. Then all of the ladies chime in on this. Rochelle says that if a guy really cares about her, he would have stood up for her. Kaylee says that this might be tough to hear, but her friends are right about Chase, and she's 100% done with him. Asta goes over to the doctor with her sister Elise and her husband Ty to find out what kind of dwarfism she has. Asta gets some x-rays and some blood drawn. Then Asta, her sister, and husband sit so the doctor can speak to Asta. The doctor says that Asta shows none of the changes for a person with hypochondroplasia. Then she explains some more things about her bones not showing hypochondroplasia, but there is a chance that Asta might have a different type of dwarfism. In the final scene of the episode, Tiffany is shown returning home to Austin, and she asks Austin what he did that day. Austin says that he played video games. She asks him if he's looked for a job. Austin says no, and he's just been chilling out. Tiffany points out how Austin can't even pick up after himself, and how he can play video games anytime. Tiffany says that if Austin spent the same amount of time looking for a job as he spends playing video games, he'd have like 10 jobs. Austin asks Tiffany why she's so mad. Tiffany says that she's frustrated because she comes home from work and he can't even clean up around the house. Tiffany says that Austin needs to begin pulling his weight. Austin says that he doesn't want to build a life with someone who sounds like his mother. So you're saying that you don't want to build your life with a real woman? Because Tiffany is acting and sounding like a real woman. Has a job, she's taking care of the house, telling you need to get a job. So Tiffany says that Austin will have to deal with it sooner or later. Then Austin says that he doesn't, and he needs to get some space away from her. Tiffany says, go on, walk away. Then Austin says, then clean the house. And walks out of the house and says, you. Why is he calling his no, that is out. Why is he calling his girlfriend the B word? So, Tiffany kicked out her best friend Kaylee for him. At least Kaylee was paying the rent. She should have never kicked Kaylee out. I cannot stress this fact out enough, but I just know that one of the reasons he moved out to Dallas is just to be on TV and get paid. I know some of you might think I sound mean for saying that, but it's a fact. People do stuff like that. That's why some people act a fool, just so they can be on TV and have more screen time, you know? So, that's the end of the episode. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter at ILUMoreThanThis. If you want to see my previous Little Women Dallas review videos, check those out. Stay tuned for my review of next episode of Little Women Dallas. I will see you guys next time. Bye!